Well, it's time to bring you our daily fact-checking programme, Truth or Fake. I'm joined here in the studio by France 24's Vedika Bahl. Good to have you with us, Vedika. And now there's been a great deal of anti-Ukraine and anti-Zelensky propaganda, of course, circulating on social media. That's since the start of Russia's invasion. A new billboard, though, has appeared on New York's Fifth Avenue. It's all about Zelensky. What are the claims being made on this billboard?
Yes, well, a video from New York's Fifth Avenue has been going viral over the last couple of days on various social platforms. Now, it was shared by many pro-Russian accounts in both English and in Russian, as we can see here, some of them with massive amounts of traction. This example alone had nearly 500,000 views on it. Now, if we watch the video directly, just to see what's going on, it's very quick. It's only an 8-second video, but we can see people crossing the road at an intersection on New York's Fifth Avenue before panning upwards to the Tiffany flagship store, and indeed there is a massive billboard there with capital letters saying "No Zelensky, no war." Now, the meaning of this is very, very vague. It wasn't really analysed much on social media either by those posting it, but it could be implying the message that if there was no Zelensky, there would be no war, or directly implicating the Ukrainian president as someone to blame in order for the war effort, or a direct message to him himself. Now, it wasn't just pro-Russian accounts in English and Russian sharing this video. There was other examples in European languages, for example, this one in French as well. And it was also pretty viral on TikTok as well. There was this user here with massive amounts of subscribers who had nearly 3 million views on their sharing of this video. And I also found it pretty prevalent on Russian social media website VKontakte. We can see there 39,000 views on that one alone. So yes, a lot of traction for this No Zelensky, no war billboard across the web, across all social platforms there.
Well, Vedika, it has to be said, you discovered that this new billboard in New York has in fact been kind of digitally manipulated, you might say. How are you able to go about kind of fact-checking this, to be sure?
Well, as always, it starts with the video itself, and the internet does help a lot for us to investigate that. So if we just double check that video again and watch it back to just look at it a little bit more closely. Now, the first thing we see, and it's important to note these things, we see a blonde woman in a black dress. She has a small dog crossing the road at that busy street. Now, there's also a few more people in the background there. There's a cream backpack and someone with a red backpack. And as we see the pan across to the Tiffany & Co. flagship store, and the billboard. Important to note here, there is a traffic light in the background, a black traffic light. Now, of course, as the flagship store on New York's Fifth Avenue, it's a very, very well-known location. It was pretty easy to find their information online. On the official Tiffany & Co. website, the address is listed as 727 Fifth Avenue, New York. Now, using Google Street View, I was able to look up that address particularly, and a little back and forth shuffling on that Google Street View camera, and I was able to find the exact angle that matched the same exact one of the video we saw. The address for this particular angle was 737 Fifth Avenue, New York, and this was screen captured and recorded on Google in June 2022. So that's just a few months after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Now, important to note here, however, is that in this June 2022 capture, the traffic light in the background there isn't black. In fact, it's yellow. Now, there are dates available where you can have a look at each date and see what's going on there. So, in fact, I did take a look back in August 2021. In that same angle, the traffic light is also yellow. And in fact, the last time that the traffic light was recorded as black, as we saw in that video of the Zelensky billboard, it was actually in 2019. So that's years before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, that does point all signs there that this has been manipulated over very old footage. I also searched just to double check to see if we could find any more evidence of this digital manipulation. I searched on YouTube some keywords, Fifth Avenue and New York, and I found this YouTube video posted in 2021 by this internet user. And of course, at this time code 106, I was able to find that same exact angle that we saw, the same blonde woman in the black dress with her dog, the white and the cream backpack there. And if we do you a side-by-side with our screenshot from that video with the Zelensky billboard. It is an exact match. So this has been digitally manipulated. The only thing that has changed in that entirely is the billboard. It has been used in some sort of Photoshop or digital manipulation platform in another example of one of many false ads aimed at discrediting Ukraine's government.
All right, well, Vedika, you're a fact checker, but equally a detective. No clue gets past you. Thank you very much for kind of de-mything that for us. Thanks very much for our Truth or Fake segment. All right, let's bring you our focus report.